All right. Welcome, everybody. Thomas Dimitrovich here. So, David Engelhart is in the house. Good morning. I know, David, so I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened to me last week. I was in, where was I? I can't remember if I was in the US or not. I think I was. Oh, yeah, I was in Atlanta. No. Yeah, I was in Atlanta. So I knew I was going to Atlanta. And I recorded a IAEI News Live. I uploaded it. I can't remember where I recorded it and where I uploaded it from. But I did, in any case, David. And I put I was excited about it. I was going to focus on modular data systems, and I realized after the fact that I uploaded the wrong video. It was like what happened was I hit my record, and then I stopped, had to do something, hit record again, recorded my video, and I uploaded the 30-second piece and not the 1 hour piece. So, and I didn't realize it till it was too late. I don't know how the heck I did that, David, but I did it. And you know what? It happens to the best of us. So today at 12, I'm going to cover that again. I'm going to hit 645 and is it 645 and 646? I think it's 645, if I'm not mistaken, is information technology equipment, and then 646 is your modular data centers. And it is what it is, right, David? I mean, true dat. Yep. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit 646 and I'm going to hit 645 and 646. I want to talk about modular data centers and information technology equipment. And, I'd love your opinion on some stuff too. So hopefully you can make today. Because I was looking at the defined terms in so I'm reading through 646 and I'm reading through 645. Hey, Steve Spike, how are you doing, buddy? I was reading through 646 and 645 and trying to understand the data center, the whole concept that your data centers, are they IT? Is it an IT equipment area? Or is it an IT equipment room? We use terminology. Terminology is so critical, and I know you understand it. Terminology is very important. And when I read things, in fact, I was supposed to be doing an 8-hour tutorial on Thursday. It was canceled. And the 8-hour tutorial, in the beginning, you know how you do your introductions. So I made a slide for who I am, basically, and it has, it was just a bunch of pictures I was going to speak to. It had Jake and Maggie on it, and it had stuff like that. Steve was going through withdrawal symptoms. So you're going to love this, Steve. I had a video. I downloaded this video from American Airlines. So I put on there, I said, what does how can I give you Thomas Dimitrovich in a nutshell? And what I go through, from a codes and standards perspective and other things. So I'm watching, I have the video out. I'm not going to play it here. I can put the link to it, but I'll tell you what it does. In there, it says I gotta find the video, and I'll post the link in the chat. In this American Airlines safety video. So in there, they take a cell phone and they go, where's it at? Here it is. American Airlines safety video. And I got to find there it is. Okay, so around 59 seconds. Yep, around 59 seconds. I'm going to put this in the chat. Control C. And I am going to put this right here. Control V. Hit return. So in this video, around 59 seconds, and I'm sitting here on a plane, and I watch this every single time. And they say, they go, if you have a phone, put it in airplane mode, and the words they use, I'm going to give you the words that they use, and you tell me, where is it? I go to presentations, I go to 8 these images, I have American Airlines Dimitrovich. Let me find the section. There you go. I'm going to mute it. Oh man, I'm going to try this, and I'm going to mute this. Does this work? Me and monitor. There's camera A. Me big monitor. Nope. Camera A, camera B, me and iPad. Camera A, small ATEM, camera A, monitor A. Wrong monitor. Well, no, it's not. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move this over. So, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. So when I heard that, I'm like, it says, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. So please do not contact the way I think it needs a comma. So I'm sitting there watching this video online on the airline, and I'm like, all right, well, wait a second. They said I can't adjust my seat and I can't contact a crew member for assistance. Why would you not want me to do that? So in my opinion, there should be a period and a capital C. It should say, please do not adjust your seat, period. Contact a crew member for assistance. The and makes it seem like it's part of the first part of the sentence, which means I can't contact a crew member. So that is the life of Thomas Dimitrovich when you get too in-depth in codes and standards. So I'm listening to that dialogue, and I am like, all right, what am I missing here? And why can't I contact a crew member for assistance? But that's okay. So that was going to be a part of my presentation, but that was canceled. So now I might do a Q&A Friday. I think I am going to do a Q&A Friday. I got to resurrect some of the questions. I've received some really good questions. Some around selective coordination, some around per unit, some around short circuit calculations. Well, there was like one around the short circuit. Where else? Paul, Dan. Dan says, well, no, Dan's requesting something. There it is. It was Paul. Paul was looking for, he says, 500 K. He was watching the 500 kVA transformer video that I did. I brought up a spreadsheet, and it had the per unit for a transformer, conductors, etc. He wants a copy of that. I am going to get him a copy of that. He appreciated the hand calculation. You know what I might do is I might do the hand calculation again. because I might do the hand calculation and walk through it again. I made a couple mistakes during that process, and it was decimal points. So what I think I'm going to do, and I like just, let's just do it. Let's do it. And I like to go through and do it manually live, and not just walk through slides going, okay, here's this, here's this, here's this, here's this, because I think there's value in the thought process that's involved. And so in any case, I might redo a calculation like that and do a what do you call it? Per unit calculation of fault currents in a small power system. So maybe I'll do the conductors, because the challenge I really have is in the conductors, because there's so many zeros on the right-hand side of the decimal point. And inevitably, I miss a zero. It's like 0.0000000532. And if I miss a zero, if I miss one of those or two of those zeros, it just screws up the calculation, especially when it's in a denominator. So in any case, I am going to redo a per unit calculation. And I had another individual who was saying he needed some help with his PE license, studying for the PE, and that was one of his points, was he wanted to walk through that calculation again. So I'm like, hey, yeah, what the heck? Let's do it. Let's do it. So I think I'm going to end up doing that. And what did Paul want? Check yourself. So please, he's just looking for that. All right, he enjoys this thing. This other one was, this other one was around SKM software. He wants a crash course. So I'm going to help him with, he wants an intensive course in SKM really quick. So I'll probably help him out. My problem is I don't say no enough. And I can't say no when you've got people like this who need help. And I like to share my knowledge. So it's like you're driving down the road and someone says, hey, give me some help. I mean, at least when you're doing that, you might go, well, people get mugged, but I'm online. So anyway, but I apologize for last week. And yeah, Steve, we were going through Tommy D. I love this. Live withdrawal. I love it. And Steve says, good morning. And so that is what I'm going to plan on doing today is I'm going to take a look at data centers again. And you got to check this. You got to check that YouTube site out. Please do so. It's the safety message from American Airlines. Great message. I watch it. I don't know how often I fly, but I still watch it. And I watch everybody who does their safety demonstrations. I try to, at least. I could probably recite. I was wondering one day there wasn't a flight attendant and we were getting delayed, and I told him, I said, I'll go up here and do it. I've watched it so many times. I could restate the safety message and do the buckle and put the vest on, and you can pull the cord or blow into the tube, the whole bit. I can do it. I could probably stand up there and feel very comfortable doing the safety message. And I think everybody would get a kick out of it too. But in any case, watch that video. If you're going to fly, make sure you're prepared. So in any case, so today we're going to continue our discussion on data centers. We're going to take a look at Article 645 and 646. We will be going back to the defined terms because I really want to understand when I look at some of the language in 646 and 645 and try to understand what is a information technology, what the way 646 reads or 645 says, in an information technology equipment room, is what it says. And then in the informational note for the reference to NFPA 75, it says Standard for Fire Protection of Information Technology Equipment is the title, but the informational note says that it covers the requirements for the protection of information technology equipment and information technology equipment areas. Now, David and Steve, I know you guys know the difference. There is a difference between an area and a room. Is it an area or is it a room? The positive language in 645 references a room. So in any case, Dan is in the house. Dan is in the house. After peeking at the enhanced content and the scope of 646, it looks to me like MDC, Modular Data Center, is to an ITE room is as an RV to a home, except we don't have HUD signing off on it. You know, Dan, that is a very good observation. Eli Markovic. Eli, what nationality is Markovic? And did your family have the little thing at the top? Is it Markovic? Is it Markovic? I'd love to know. Croatian, Serbian, Slovenian, because that's got, or is that a Russian surname? It sounds to me like it's either Croatian or Slovenian. Eli, and with the first name Eli, I mean I have a lot of Serbian friends named Eli. Croatian, you are the man, a fellow Croat. Dobro, kako ste vi? Excellent. Tžumice Hrvatski. Awesome. Awesome. So, Dan, I like that perspective. A modular data center is like the mobile home and the information tech. Now, here's what I don't understand. Why do we call Article 645 information technology equipment? It's an Markovic. That's what I thought. Eli, that's what I thought. Why do they have Article 645 called information technology equipment and it applies to a room? Why wouldn't you put 645 in a special type of occupancy? I mean, in Chapter 5. In Chapter 5, we have hazardous locations. We have aircraft hangars. We have motor fuel dispensing facilities. We have bulk storage plants, healthcare facilities. Why wouldn't you put in Chapter 5 data centers and call 645 an information technology equipment room or area? I prefer area, but it looks like it's a room. I don't know. It just what's chapter 5 is special occupancies, and I could have. Oh man, you guys are talking. Dobro. Come, that's good. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Eli, you're speaking my language, my friend. Steve. So it would be dobro jutro, Eli. Dobro jutro is good morning. Dobro dan is good day. Dobro veče is good evening. Steve, I was wondering why they didn't include "and similar rooms and areas" in the scope of 645, like other articles that have this language for inclusion of similar. Yeah, Steve. So, in my opinion, in 645, it says techno. So I guess it covers equipment. It covers equipment, power supply wiring, equipment interconnecting wiring, and grounding of information technology equipment. So if I have IT equipment, like I have a makeshift rack over here. But if you had a large commercial building and I had one area where I had all my IT equipment on the wall, but it was in the same room that I have my shipping and receiving. Right, I got a desk and I do all my FedExing right there, and boom, right there on the right-hand side is my IT equipment. The room is not an IT room. I would qualify it as my shipping and receiving. But does 645 apply to it? I guess it says information technology equipment, so that would apply, but not. Well, it says "and systems in an information technology equipment room." So when they say "and systems in," so it does equipment and systems, but they have to be in an information technology equipment room. If I put them in a separate room and it's not an IT room, then 645 does not apply. But to your point, Steve, I think it was, or no, Dan. Hold on. Boy, I was wondering why they didn't. Dan says, open up link and look at the enhanced content. It looks like the NEC stays out of it except wherein personal safety is concerned. The term information technology equipment is also used by blah, 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 blah. Article 645 applies only to equipment and systems, including the associated wiring located within the ITE room. An ITE room is an enclosed area that contains computer-based business and industrial equipment. It is designed to comply with the special construction and fire protection provisions of 75 as well as 645.4. Small terminals such as remote telephone terminal units, remote data terminals, personal computers, and cash registers in stores and supermarkets are not covered by 645. Now, I could say everything that would be in a data center, as long as it's not in a room, is also not covered by 645. I could have racks of servers. I can have racks of servers in an area that is not designated as an ITE room, and it would not fall under Article 645 either. They go to remote telephone terminals and remote data terminals. It could be your central terminals. You could be the brain for the facility. If I don't elect to put it in an ITE room, it's not covered by 645. Rooms and areas, yeah. Dan says, keep in mind the ITE rooms are practically a separate occupancy within an occupancy, separate HVAC. Yeah, exactly. So maybe that's, what would you, if I had a whole rack of computers in my shipping and receiving and it wasn't an ITE room, I guess you just follow standard requirements 1 through 4. I'd follow chapters 1 through 4. I would not have any special occupancies or anything like that. And I would look at chapter 8. That's it. Chapter 7, what about 7? I know there are some requirements in 7. 7 is your special conditions. Let's take a look at 7. Cables for power limited circuits and fault managed power circuits. So maybe class 1, class 2. So I would look at your 710, not 710, 722, 24, 25, 26, 28, 770 for optical fiber cables. right? So you would be possibly in chapter 7, depending upon the system. But so that whole data, what we would look at, that would be if I put it in an IT room, I would be following 645. If it's not in that IT room, and I just put it in my shipping and receiving, then I'm following all these other articles, and I'm just doing the voodoo that we do so well when it comes to looking at my systems. Oh crap! All right, guys, that's all I wanted to do. Was I'm getting into the thing, so I have to. I've got to run. So anyway, I got to get on a phone call. Thanks, everybody. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that we have a program at 12 o'clock Eastern today. We will continue this discussion as part of IAEI News Live. See you there.